Baselworld is dead and gone. The Rolexit basically made them shut down for 2021 as well, so it's gone forever. Watches&Wonders kinda took their place, but they went digital, online. Other brands and micro brands announced their novelties online as well. A new era for watches presentations and marketing has just begun. Let's see who did well and also who let me down. Hello, I'm Jack, and this week into the Limelight there are 25 hottest releases of this crazy 2020. You should never judge a book by its cover, but since we've got pictures and technical specifications, let's play around a little with ratings and marks. Let's dig our head into the reviews, but before, don't forget to like, comment and of course subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to be updated with the latest reviews and videos. Ready, steady, go! 3 watch, titanium, Carbotech and Fibertech, but most of all, lume all over the place, even on the bracelet. 70 years after the invention of LUMINOR, a luminous material for watch dials, Panerai comes up with this trio, all of them in 44mm. Case and dial materials are pretty cool. Okay, the lume is the main point here, I got it, but it is a bit too much. One of my favorite watches for one of my favorite micro bands now comes with this nice bronze finish and sunray blue gilt dial. The 36912 numbers are a novelty for the AQUASCAPHE. I do like bronze watches like the Oris Dada 65, but in the AQUASCAPHE line I still go for the more understated and normal blue gilt dial. This or the BALTIC AQUASCAPHE. In my opinion, the best two divers from the hottest micro brands around. The minimal Neptune has no date, it gets a vintage design but not too much. The beautiful dome plexi crystal says it all. The main difference with its previous version is a considerably reduced height, from 15mm down to 12.7. Okay, again, AQUASCAPHE or Neptune for you. We all agree that marketing means trying to sell anything, but dear Breitling, you can't launch a luxury watch like this one saying that it embodies the cool, laid-back surfing lifestyle of the 50s and 60s. As a surfer myself, I've never seen anyone in the water with a $5 watch around his wrist or wetsuit. Come on, you're trying too hard. Just don't. Apart from this, its bezel is like a huge flat ring plate around a too much overcrowded dial. Nope. When you talk about faux patina, here you have every single possible element devastating by this sand yellowish beige color. Plus, the mesh bracelet is not really my thing. Other 3 SEAMASTERs, the 1957, the 300 and the Spectre, look way nicer than this John Player Special Edition. They are, yes, vintage inspired, all 3, but they've got fake patina, yes, but they are not overdone. Finally, a non-vintage inspired other watch with a no-nonsense size of 41mm. Case and crown made of high-strength, seawater-resistant German submarine steel, crown down at 4 o'clock for more wearability by professional divers and everyone else, diving depth 500 meters. Again, its colors are right on spot. Bead-blasted slate grey with some red accent here and there, super matte black dial. Bracelet looks just awesome, but you can choose among a plethora of different straps and bracelets with several different materials. Right off the bat, this is something not quite affordable for the average man. 88.5k for this classy blue dial VACHERON CONSTANTIN now finally offered, oh I couldn't wait for it, finally with a rose gold bracelet. Before it was only rubber strap and leather. Not that it changes my whole life now, as I won't be able to get one for me for many years to come. I read somewhere complaints about being only 50 meters water resistant, which is like marrying Giselle Bunken and then complaining because she can run the 100 meters in less than 10 seconds or cook a perfect pizza. It's like buying a Ferrari Testarossa and then arguing you can take it to the mud and snow. Seriously, what are you doing with your almost 100,000 quid watch going for a swim while checking if it is a leap year or not? Can I say it? I never get why anyone would spend $30,000 more to go for the skeletonized version of the otherwise perfect overseas or ultra thin. I just don't get it. Well, okay, I don't understand many, if not all, skeletons. It's like strapping down a Ferrari of its outer design. More than 100k only to pick up the ever-present iPhone because you don't understand even what time, day, month it is. The whole new master control line of JLC, a line alive since 1992, features 4 different models, updated movement, dial case size. The blue hands and the silver sunray brush finish of the dial already got me after 1 second. The dial is like placed under the indexing. The CETIS ring, operated by the second crown at 10, pops out from the under the ring in between 4 and 8. The layout is very particular compared to its brothers and kind of vintage. I still haven't understood whether I like it or not. Usually in these cases, it turns out in the end that I love the design 100%. It's good that I can't afford it. As every piece of the new master control line has been updated with a new movement, the power reserve has increased to a lofty 70 hours from being only 43 in the previous versions. And this is a calendar with a moon phase, perfect to go along with your Maserati Quattroporte. This is an experiment, a concept for a 2mm thick watch. Basically, it's flat. I usually don't like car concepts. I see the point of it, obviously, but I just don't like them. And I don't like this one either. Interesting, very interesting though. Good after, Piaget. But watch out for the guys who were complaining about the 50-meter water resistance of the overseas ultra thin. You might get in trouble. A German chiming watch for $500,000. Yes, you heard it right. Although you have to admit, it's uber cool. It chimes out hours, 10 minutes increments and then minutes. Now in deep blue too. Oh, finally! It's a sleek and modern and it perfectly pairs with your Bugatti Chiron. Watch out because this is a limited edition, only 30 pieces will be made, so prepare to be short of 449,000 euros next month on your credit card. Limited edition in its pure sense. There is just one piece, this one. It's skeletonized, so as I said before, not my thing. There's a flying tourbillon, there's a meter repeater. Basically everything that's needless, unnecessary and superfluous in a watch. Obviously, if you spend more than $500,000, you'd like to be seen, and this piece comes in 45mm with a height of 16.8. You might not be able to spot what time it is on your overcrowded dial, and skeleton eyes also, but all the others will spot your crazy watch. Did you like the Santos Dumont introduced last year but you just couldn't stand its quartz movement? There you go, Cartier made basically the same watch available with a hand-wound movement in a slightly larger case size. It's one of those watches that I could never see on my wrist. I'm not a Cartier type. I think I'll never be able to put it off given my lifestyle and the way I dress, but I just admire it as a beautiful piece of modern art and design of the 20th century. The new calendar chrono by JLC is as cool as it gets. It's so cool you can measure your heart rate when your pulsations go nuts as you sign the check for this almost 15 grand watch. The design is classic, classy and timeless. It's like a 50s or 60s watch. Definitely one of the best looking watches released this first semester. You just can't go wrong with the Zorro Panda dial of a reissue of a 60s watch from BREITLING. Too bad it only comes with a 41mm case. That's why it's missing the 6.5 to get a perfect 10. If you have to go vintage, go all the way with the size too. I know this is the oldest watch among all these since was released. When was it? In January? Yeah, in January. I'm getting super late to the party, but I wanted to spend my 2 cents on the legendary 321 reissue. It is really cool. It's a cool watch. It's like owning a vintage super classic watch with its super famous movement and the patina on the indexes and everything without being obsessed with servicing a 60-year-old watch. Okay, but 13,400 euros? Seriously? It's like Omega trying to get to the same Daytona stage, boosting the price of it. Also, for 13,400 euros, you can still buy an original premium watch from '67 with the original 321 for... Now, is this reissue really worth it? Only 12 pieces for this very cool sporty watch. It feels like post-vintage. Downside, 44mm. It is massive. Very cool side of it, has a hidden tourbillon in the sense that it's hidden at its back end. The back, not on the dial. I really like when things are downplayed. When you say less is more, this represents my kind of do-it-all watch. Its design is purely timeless, can be a dress watch, elegant, subtle, but also a casual everyday watch. It's classic without being old or vintage. It's simple without being trivial. A one-hand watch is always interesting, especially when it uses a very nice mix of colors like silver for the case, gold for the crown, bezel and the hours markers, and a splash of red for the only hand it has got. It would take you a few moments to understand the right time in the first few weeks, as the unusual hours markers go from 2 to 24, but I think it gets easier once you're accustomed to it. Possibly my favorite microbands watch, the second series of Falcon has just been released and the first batch has already been sold. The next batch is projected to be shipped late August. An elegant do-it-all sports watch. Its waffle dial is absolutely beautiful, especially the green and black gilt versions. This second release is a lot different than the previous version, starting from its size. Laurier went down to the intriguing vintage route, downsizing its Falcon from 39 to 36 and 48mm in length down to 44. Strange but true, no faux patina. The crown that used to be huge, now it's small. There is no date anymore and the whole watch now really ticks all the boxes. The question now is whether to spend those 500 euros you were saving up for a mid-tier watch or go for this one and save the rest for something else. Minimalist design, sporty and yet elegant. Just a do-it-all watch for everyone who fancies to fly under the radar. The red splash on the second hand is the typical red cherry on top for me. Date at 3 is tiny, simple, yet readable at a glance, and the bracelet looks sturdy and awesome at the same time. If you want the superior readability thanks to a 36912 dial, there is the twin version of it, the 556 ARS. German precise composure at its best for a tool-tastic timekeeping. Do you remember when I previously said I don't see myself pulling off a Cartier? Well, for this all black I'm pretty sure I'm able to do that. Just perfect this one. You can't go wrong with an all black watch with white Roman numerals. Date window with Arabic number in white, just perfect. I like all blacked out stuff, especially when it's matte black or dark grey, or the other way around. So naturally, I like this Panerai, although on my 16.5cm or 6.5-inch wrist will look like a giant black plate on a skinny bone. It's made from 3D printing and direct metal laser sintering, titanium or carbotech. I'd love to see a smaller version of it, although I do know that divers have to be big and blah blah blah. Modern reissue of an old model, a PVD chrono from 1970, with that vintage vibe like coming in 37mm without too much overdoing like faux patina. It has a dark matte finish, slate grey with a black dial and a black Cordura strap. No strange day window at 4:30. The high beat movement at 30,000 VPH is something you should check out once in your life. The all-blackened version of the EU50, because of the black hard coating process, its price goes up by €500 compared to its grey version with its so good looking steel bracelet. Is it worth it? I would say so, just because again I'm so in love with matte black. That's it guys, hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please leave a like and let me know in the comments which of the ratings you agree with and which you didn't like or you don't agree with. Have I missed any watches that were released? Let me know in case and I do a second part of the video. What's your favorite new release among them all and why? Please subscribe to my channel and please hit the bell icon to be updated with my latest videos. And that's it for this time around. See you next time. Goodbye and ciao.